Welcome back. St. Lucia's fight against COVID-19 will be boosted following the donation of test kits from the Cayman Islands. More in this report from Fennell Neptune. Representatives from the Ezra Long Laboratory of the Owen King EO Hospital were present to receive the generous gift of test kits from the government of the Cayman Islands, which will provide greater capacity to test for COVID-19. Director of the Ezra Long Lab, Dr. Wayne Felicien, expressed gratitude for the contribution and also highlighted the support the government of St. Lucia provided to the Cayman Islands.
Late last week, we received communication from the Cayman Islands that the testing capabilities were affected by the lack of pipettes, which is integral in the extraction process for testing for COVID-19. We having pipettes in excess at the moment, we're able to offer them about 3 boxes of it. In exchange, they reached out to us and were so grateful that they decided to donate to us 50 test kits, which gave us the capabilities to do 5,000 tests.
Dr. Felicien also expressed hope the test kits will strengthen St. Lucia's capability to expand testing in the communities.
Well, it actually doubles our existing capabilities to test. Prior to that, we had about 7,280 tests available, and with that, it's gone up to about almost 14,000. So that gives us greater capacity to do mass testing, which is something that the Epidemiological Department and Ministry of Health have been trying to task us with.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness appeals to St. Lucians who are feeling unwell with symptoms of a dry cough, fever, sore throat, and shortness of breath to visit any of the 5 respiratory clinics island-wide. St. Lucia has recorded a total of 18 cases of COVID-19, 15 of whom have recovered, and 3 in hospital care. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, I am Fennell Neptune. Event Star Limited has made a generous contribution of face shields to St. Lucia's protective services. This contribution aids with the level of protection for police and fire officers in the fight against COVID-19. The shields offer full protection of the ears, eyes, nose, and mouth.
The call for more personal protective equipment, PPE, for frontline workers is being answered. On Wednesday, 6th May 2020, Director for Event Star Limited, St. Lucia, Daniel Belizaire, made a generous donation of reusable protective shields to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and the St. Lucia Fire Service. At the handing-over ceremony, Minister for National Security, Herman Gill Francis, conveyed sincere gratitude for the donation and explained that some shields came at a cost. He also expressed how helpful the shields would be to the fire service.
Some of these shields were donated and others at cost. The total cost of those shields cost 35,000 EC. We are going to be getting 1,650 of those shields. Presently, we have 900 on island, and we expect to get the other 1,000. Sorry, we're supposed to get the other 900 shields on Wednesday, the 6th of May. I'm particularly pleased to donate these face masks to the fire department, because they are the ones that actually go and pick up those persons who are suspected of being infested with, or infected, with COVID-19.
Acting Police Commissioner Milton Daisy and Chief Fire Officer Joseph both expressed thanks for the shields, as they would go a long way in aiding the officers to execute their duties in a safer manner during such a grave time. Prime Minister Alan Chastanet, in addition to expressing thanks, used the platform to urge the public to continue following the safety protocols while the government continues to do all in its power to contain the spread of COVID-19.
It's always a great pleasure to be here to announce another stepping stone, another milestone for St. Lucia. And that milestone has always been on the premise that we've been trying to delay any substantial breakout of COVID in our country as we prepare ourselves. And persons might be wondering why at this stage we're still preparing ourselves. Because I want to remind all St. Lucians that COVID is not over. COVID is still very much alive. And we saw recently that we had an additional case here in St. Lucia.
Protective service workers will be given 1 reusable shield each. Members of the public are also being urged to continue taking heed to advisories from the Ministry of Health. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
U.S. President Donald Trump has said the coronavirus task force will shift its focus to reopening the U.S.'s economy a day after suggesting it would be disbanded. President Trump said the group would continue on indefinitely and focus on safety and opening up the country. It is not clear how exactly the task force will change, but Trump said, quote, "We may add or subtract people to it," end quote. New confirmed infections per day in the U.S. currently top 20,000 and daily deaths exceed 1,000. U.S. health officials have warned that the virus may spread as businesses begin to reopen. The U.S. currently has 1.2 million confirmed coronavirus infections and more than 71,000 related deaths. That's according to the Johns Hopkins University, which is tracking the pandemic. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has said Germany's goal of slowing the spread of coronavirus has been achieved, so all shops can be reopened as the lockdown restrictions are eased. Football has been given the green light to resume, and schools will gradually reopen in the summer term. Germany's 16 federal states, under an agreement with the government, will take control of timing the reopening. They will operate an emergency brake if there is any new surge in infections. General contact rules involving will continue for another month. A limited resumption has already begun, but this easing of restrictions is far broader. 2 households will be able to meet and eat together, and elderly people in nursing homes and facilities for the disabled will be able to have visits from one specific person. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We're going for a quick break, but sports and weather are coming up after.